What's going on, guys? Chris here, back again with another video for you guys today. In tonight's video, we're going to be talking about the party bag that is going to be coming out tomorrow on Tuesday or on Wednesday. Most people are expecting it to come out today on Tuesday, but if not, it'll be coming out sometime over the next few days. So we're going to talk about that. Some players you guys can look at buying as well. A lot of fodder is up at the moment, but there is some things you could still get in on potentially that could rise with an SBC like this. So I'm going to talk to you guys about that in tonight's video. We're also going to be talking about when that SBC drops, where you guys can kind of look around the market if you're looking to bid on cards, if you're looking to snipe at certain prices. You guys can look at a few cards. I'm going to talk about that in tonight's video as well. Before we get into it, if you guys can drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new right here, that'd be absolutely fantastic. One little quick snippet as well. If you guys are seeing clips being uploaded from my streams onto this channel, it's because I've just really made the decision that starting a new channel, all the way to, from 300 subs up just doesn't really make a lot of sense for me right now. So you're going to probably see this. Different playlists will be made as well for those clips. So if you guys, are new, drop a sub while you're here, and you'll be getting a lot of content from me over the next little bit here. So let's talk about the party bag real quick, and let me just show you, obviously, the proof. It's going to contain one Winter Wildcard player, a Team of the Year honorable mentions, or a player from Future Stars Team 1 or 2. So let me just go back real quick. And what was the SBC requirements last time? Well, it was something similar to like an 84 squad and 70 chemistry. Now, a lot of people had invested in informs. And if you take a look at informs at the moment, there was a couple people on stream earlier that were asking me, can I buy this card? Like, for example, can I buy Unal or Milik at 18k? For me, that's a risky investment. Here's why. Because EA knows a lot of people are catching on to the informs, right? How expensive they've been. You're buying super inflated. You're not buying at 12, 13k here for an 84. You're buying at 18 plus. That's risky. As well as we've seen last week with that same party bag SBC that they don't need to put informs as a requirement. They dropped that SBC and they made it so cheap, and everybody went out and did it. So 84s went absolutely berserk last week because people were like, oh my god, it's high chemistry, of course, but it's also no inform requirement. So everybody went and scrambled and done the SBC. So I would be very careful if you're looking to buy these informs. I think there is an opportunity that these guys might inch up a little bit before 6 p.m. UK time, because people obviously do pre-invest into SBCs like this. We might not even get the SBCT on Tuesday. We still don't know when that's going to be coming out. I don't think Sheriff has tweeted at all if the SBC is coming today, on Tuesday, or on Wednesday. But we do know it's coming. So, look out for like some of these informs. If you want to just kind of risk it a little bit, if you want to buy a Milik at 17.5 and Unal at 17.5, I would recommend getting out before 6 p.m. if you see any little rise in those cards. And I expect there to be a little bit of buying into these cards because people do know that the informs, are required for a lot of SBCs. And also, like, if they put the same requirements as the last SBC party bag we got, the informs will drop. That's number one. Number two, though, it really takes a 2 inform requirement SBC to really make these cards go up. And I believe these guys, 84 pluses, went up to like 25 plus. The last time, if we don't get like a 2 plus inform requirement with high chemistry, you're not going to see these guys go up back to that 25 plus. So you're buying high. You don't know if the requirements are going to actually be informs. I think it's a risk buying those particular informs. Now, I think a safer investment, though, is some of these guys. Now, they're up a little bit at the moment. These guys were 10.5k a little bit earlier. They are now up to 11 plus. Now, if you guys want to, if you want to get in at like 10.5, 10.7, do that, right? That's a little bit better because you're not losing as many coins. It's almost discard. It's a safer investment, in my opinion. If they do that 2 inform requirement, these guys will inch up. The return will be a little bit better, I think, as well. So this SBC is going to have a lot of demand, of course. But these informs, I think, will be a little bit safer if you guys get them at like 10.5 or like something around that. You want to be getting as close to discard as you guys can. I wouldn't really play around with these 84s because I do think there is a bit of a risk in case they don't, up the requirements like they did last time. They just made it 84 with 70 chemistry, so I'm not a big fan of that at the moment. And in terms of like, if you look at the cheapest players by rating, and let me just show you guys really quickly here. If you look at these 84s, they've gone up today as well. So if you take a look at a guy like, let's say, Mertens, right? These 84s a little bit earlier today were currently at like 3,700. They went up to 4K plus after 6 p.m., but then he's gone up even higher. So he's up to over 5,000 coins now. I will tell you this, if they make it an 84 and like, let's say 70 chemistry, these 84s will go up, but I think it's going to be dependent on how high the 85s go. And because if the 85s go close to extinct again, the 84s will be needed more for the SBCs because people can't access the 85s. They'll have to go buy 84s. You could see these guys rise, but once again, I'd say you're buying inflated. So obviously know what you're getting yourself into. You are buying it in very inflated prices. And they'll probably keep on rising going into 6 p.m. content today on Tuesday. So that's something obviously keep in mind. Here are some low risk investments that I think could do all right. Even if it's a couple hundred coins profit, I still think it's a lot less of a risk. And I'm going to show you graphs of every single card. Now, as long as these guys are not inflated from a few hours ago on my stream, I think some of these guys will do decent. One guy in particular is Pau Torres. Now, this guy, if you take a look, boom, he's 1,000 coins right now. This already in the back of my mind is a great investment at like 900 coins. If I take a look really quickly at a guy like Pau Torres, and I'm going to show you proof on every single one of these, right? This guy is needed for high chemistry SBCs. This SBC in particular will probably be 65 plus chemistry. So as you can see right here, this guy was literally just 2.5K last Thursday on February 3rd. He was just 1.9K last Wednesday, February 9th. He was just 2,100 coins, and this is just average listing price. This does not mean he's hit 2.5 as his max price. He probably went higher than that. The thing is, Fumpin only catches what the average listing is for that 24-hour span of the day. So you're going to have like a lower price in the morning, then when the SBC comes out, it goes higher, and then it's kind of like a law of averages. Even before content, he goes to 1,350 here, and then before content, yes, on Sunday, he goes to 1,400, right? This is a guy that has proven that every single day he goes up to at least 1,300 to 1,400 pre-content drop. This guy currently on the market is 1,000 coins. You can easily snipe this at 900, 950, right? This is low risk. You know, if it goes down to 800, you're losing, what, 150 coins a card. You buy 50 of them, you're losing max 5,000 coins. It's not that risky of an investment. You could double or maybe even triple your coins on a guy like this if he hits, right? That's a good investment in my opinion. That's number one. Another guy that I like, Dumfries. I always talk about Dumfries, right? Right now, he's currently like 1,100 coins. This is an amazing investment right now, in my opinion, at like 1K and under. So you take a look at Dumfries. How has he been doing over the course of the year? You guys already know the drill, right? If you guys have been watching me, you know that this guy absolutely flies with certain SBCs. You know, even 1,400, 1,900 right there. And then if you look pre-content drops, right, he goes to 15 here. And then he also goes to 1,450 here. I like this, 1,000 coins and under. That's a good one for me. Another one I'm going to talk to you guys about. And I want to check Rafinha really quickly, because obviously he's an 82 Brazilian. Right now, again, another decent one, right? So if we look at Rafinha really quickly, this is a guy that you see go up as he's a Brazilian Premier League 82. He does quite well with some of these SBCs. So he went to 14 there. He went up to 1,450 here. He was just in the 1,350 to 1,400 range, and now he's at 1,100. Get this as close to 1,000 coins. That's not bad in my opinion for a guy like this. Another card I'll be taking a look at. Now, these guys are a little bit more expensive, but they're the Premier League goalkeepers, and the goalkeepers are really needed for these SBCs. So a guy like Edouard Mendy, right? Where are these guys at the moment? He is around, what, like 1,600 maybe? Yeah, 15 to 1,600. Okay, anything around the 13, 14, it's a little high, but because we know this SBC is coming, people will invest in these cards. And you guys know the drill, right? This guy has literally gone to 6,000 coins at a time. He went to 1,800 here. Yesterday, he went all the way up to 1,800 again. Again, these rises before 6 p.m. You can cover tax and make profit on if you always want to just, if you ever want to take the coins before 6 p.m., you can always make coins that way. And the same applies to, you know, Pickford and Pope and Leno and these type of guys. You know, they're going to be a little bit more expensive here. But if you're going to snipe at 100, 200 coins underneath their current price, it's not the worst investment. Could you get lower at a different time over the last few days? Yes, you could have. But we're not in that scenario anymore, so you have to kind of readjust. These cards, when they are needed for SBCs, they go up to over 2.5 to 3K, right? These 83s in particular. Last time, I think it was like 2 weeks ago on like the Wednesday or Thursday, this guy literally went to 5.9K. It's a ridiculous rise in these cards. They're needed for high chemistry SBCs. And it's because the goalkeeper is such a specific link that if you need 70 plus chemistry in an SBC, that's going to do really good for you because the goalkeeper gets 2 good links in that specific league. So if you're looking at these goalkeepers, take a look at like 100, 200 coins underneath their current price. Right now, all of them are like 15 to 1700. I would try to snipe 200 coins underneath, which I think is quite easy to do. At the moment, it'll get a little bit harder as you get on in the morning time before 6, but these are some of the guys I'll be looking at as well. There's another guy, this is probably one of the better ones you can look at as well because he's so cheap, but this guy, DePaul, man. This guy, he gets links to a lot of great players. He gets links to all the La Liga cards that are fodder, right? Think about La Liga fodder. Correa, Atletico. Jimenez, Atletico. Savage, Atletico. Marino, La Liga. Canales, Munain, right? These are all La Liga links that this guy can get in a high chemistry SBCs. He's Argentinian as well. He gets a lot of great links. 900 coins here is really good. And as I could show you really quickly, just like my last little graph here, you know, because I hook you guys up, right? If you do these investments, you will make coins, right? This guy, as you could see on Sunday, he goes up to 1100. He goes up to like 1,000 yesterday. If you look at his overall graph, he's gone to over 2.5. He was just 1,700 plus. You'll see this guy go up as well. So you could take a look at this. Those are like my investments because they're good for like high chemistry links. That's something you guys can look at. Now, one little thing as well, I want to talk about the players, right? Because this SBC is going to contain winter wildcards, honorable mentions, and future stars from Team 1 and 2. Now, what you want to be focusing on today is any panic that is going on the rare card market. And it doesn't even have to be specifically these guys in the SBC. It could be just around the market. So, if you take a look at a guy like, let's say, Marcus Rashford, right? This is a guy, and I was looking at his versus fire card, right? He's 300,000 coins. He's actually up a ton right now, right? But if you take a look at his graph yesterday, he goes from 266 to 230. He goes back to 276. He goes down to 230. He goes back up all the way, and now he's at 300k. These guys have some really nice fluctuations. They're really rare. They've been out of packs for a few months, all right? You guys can capitalize on any particular panic on these cards because I think this is pretty much the only bit of content we're going to be getting. But these guys are really good. You can capitalize on flip and undercuts. So you can look at like the out-of-pack special market, the really rare cards that people want to use. You have to always remember that. If you're buying a card that maybe some people don't want to use, might not rebound as much as you want it to, right? And you want to keep on letting the card drop and drop and drop. You don't want to, you know, force and panic buy a card because you think you're going to miss out on the lowest time. You got to be patient. You got to see how much listings are on the market before you make that purchase. If you're looking at these cards in particular, though, right? Guys like Pogba, right? This is a guy that isn't going to get packed by a lot of people. This is on the top echelon of players that are going to be in this team, right? So, like, if you take a look at Pogba, right now on the market, he's currently, like, 960, right? This is probably going to go down a little bit as people know that they could potentially pack this card. But the second they can't pack him, they'll buy him right back up. And people that see that he is down will end up buying him up as well. Another card you want to be looking at, maybe if you take a look at like Future Stars Team 1 potentially, right? So who, you know, people always ask like, when do I buy Bellingham? When do I buy Tchouaméni? Well, these are cards that are up a lot right now out of packs. You could take a look at these guys if they drop a little bit. Tomorrow, you could look at a guy like Ndika, who has a lot of hype. I've seen him in a few teams as well. This Konate's up a good amount of packs. If you see any of these guys that are up a lot out of packs drop again, that's an opportunity where you could see a little bit of a rebound. They haven't been out of packs for too long, but any little panic on these guys, you can get them for your teams if you want to. And then other than that, honorable mentions, if we look really quickly here, look for the rare ones, right? Look at the Goretzkas. Look at the the Rudiger, right? If you want to take a look at Rudiger, if he drops tomorrow, that's an opportunity for you to buy in. Koundé right here as well. Foden, right? These are cards that you might see a potential rebound on, and you could make some profit tomorrow on the market. I say tomorrow, today, it's a little confusing. I do apologize. Like I said, you will see some clips on this channel, so don't unsub, alright, you fucks. Do not unsub to my channel, because you see that, it will be in a different category. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.